Right, but just because he was associated with Budweiser, you know what I mean? That would be a...
Well, that's not really a Pontiac thing.
I understand.
But see,
but people know the name.
But see, the 73 car and the 74 car were bought almost at the same time. I bought this car new, special ordered it. Okay, they only made 11 of them. At the same time, a guy named Clegg had a company called HO Racing, which was a Pontiac parts place.
Yeah.
You ever heard of him? HO Racing? Anyway, he bought the 74. So we got him got this one 73, he got the next one 74. So those cars were extensively raced in the 70s.
Yeah.
As Super Duty cars. And then later on, that 74 car was sold to a guy named Liberty Pacey, and he put a 400 in it, ran it in K automatic, and he wanted to get rid of it, and so that's when me and Glenn bought it.
Okay.
So then we still have it in the family, it can run in like J and K.
Okay. All right, John. Well, he's already rolling the tape. I wasn't expecting that, but so we'll get over in front of the car.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we ain't gonna stop the tape, right?
No.
So I'm not sure where he started at, but anyway, we just thought JB here drives the car. John, the original owner of the car, bought it new, and we just thought it was one of the coolest cars here. Been a race car pretty much his whole life.
It's got 1,300 miles on it.
1,300 miles on this thing. So, but the coolest, I mean, I know a lot of people know these guys. Okay, it evaded me. I've seen the car, big tires, super stock car, 455 Pontiac, and a 4-speed. I mean, come on, mid 9-second car with a Pontiac, a 4-speed, big tires. I mean, how cool is that, right? So for the stock and super
quadra-jet.
And a quadra-jet besides, right? Well, the stock and super stock people know that, but it's the coolest thing, right? I mean, it's just unusual. And from our neck of the woods, you don't see it. You might see a Pontiac with an automatic in it, of course, but with a stick and big tires, no. So
that's what the car's all original. I mean, the car was built with a 4-speed.
Right. And I think we might have missed this part, but you said you bought the car.
Well, I special ordered it.
Okay.
And it took a long time to get it because, well, prior to that, like in 1972, there was a bunch of stories in the magazines that Pontiac was going to build this car. So I immediately went and put an order in for it. But there was issues with emissions at that time.
Sure.
And there was all kinds of holes they put on the car, and they finally released it for production and it was delivered to me in August of 73. And
yeah, so 73 was the year that everything went down as far as
so
muscle cars go, right? Because we're thinking, basically from, I don't know, 62 to 72 was it, right?
Yeah.
This was the demise of
the performance
after
car. I got it, we drove it around a little bit, and immediately converted it to a stocker and put 9-inch tires on it, headers, and took it to India here and won the class at the U.S. Nationals.
Very good.
So there was about almost getting thrown out.
D-stock. Oh yeah, there was a lot of drama with this car all along. There was
With the NHRA, you mean?
yeah,
or?
because I won the class, and of course back then they did extensive teardowns on cars.
Sure.
I mean, not like today they don't do hardly anything, but back
Right.
then it was common to have 25 cars in the teardown barn and pulling cylinder heads off and everything. And one of the things they wanted to look at was the cylinder heads, and they took it apart, and the valves had a 3-angle valve job. Well, that was new technology at the time.
I see.
And they said that was illegal.
You had been into the engine a little bit.
No, I had never
really?
opened it up. No, it was
Okay.
bone stock.
Oh.
And so anyway, the 3-angle valve job was unique to the Super Duty. That was the first year they came out with that.
Okay.
And so they had not notified NHRA.
So now a lesson to NHRA.
Well, they didn't have all the data on it
Yeah.
at the time. And so what happened is, somehow I was able to get a hold of I asked the tech director, his name was Farmer Dismute. I said, if I can get a Pontiac engineer on the phone, will you talk to him about this deal? And somehow, I think there was they let me use the phone next door. I don't know how I got it done, but I got this guy, Pontiac engineer, on the phone. And he talked to the farmer, and he said, he confirmed to him that, yes, that motor's brand new. We just came out with that deal, and it does have a 3-angle valve job.
Yeah.
All that you're looking at is all stock.
Right.
And so they accepted it, and let me go.
Great.
The win.
Great. So now your son JB here, John, but John Bradley drives the car today. And how long have you been driving it?
We brought the car back out in 2019.
Okay.
But
So
before
just
that,
the
I
last
had,
few years.
I had the 74 car all the way up until that point.
Okay.
And we took the car basically out of mothballs, took it to Vic Custer. He went through the chassis, put brand new roll cage in it, all new suspension and everything, and we debuted it at Indy.
Yeah, what
2019.
year was that?
No, it wasn't
19?
17.
Anyway, it went through a complete
Okay.
COVID
Sure.
years got blend together.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It mixes
because it
things
had
up.
been parked for many years.
10 years.
Because he was driving the other car, the 74 car.
All right.
This one was sitting.
Well, why don't we get a shot of the interior a little bit? Maybe we'll open the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know much about Pontiacs. I'm sure there's plenty out there that know, but for those that don't, do you have an aftermarket block?
Yes,
Or do
we
you have a production block?
No,
so
we
somebody
actually-
makes a legal aftermarket block now. And what is that?
Kaufman Performance makes an aftermarket block, and another company called Indian Adventures
Okay.
makes one. That's
Okay.
the Indian Adventure block.
So you can go to the maximum 70 to 80 overboard.
You
seven.
can. This one's not. I
Okay.
chose to start off small.
Okay. Very good.
You do have to retain the original heads, which is got,
Right. Okay.
and you have to run the correct carburetor.
Sure.
But pretty much everything else is aftermarket.
Okay.
You know, intake manifolds, oil pan, camshafts. But in Super Stock, all the cylinder head stuff's got to be correct. The valve sizes, the weight of the valves,
Port
all that
volume.
stuff's got to be.
So nobody's making an aftermarket accepted head?
Correct.
No,
Edelbrock's making some aftermarket Pontiac stuff, but not
not for this
not
model.
an accept. That head's not accepted for my motor combination. I could maybe get it accepted, but we really don't see a big value in it because whenever you do an aluminum head, aftermarket head, you end up having to
Right,
add
you get more
horsepower.
power.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about let's go a little further back now. How about clutch, flywheel,
Run a
transmission? You know, that kind of stuff.
McLeod 10.5-inch soft lock clutch in a trick titanium aluminum bell housing with a 4-speed Liberty transmission.
So what kind of? I mean, we're used to aluminum flywheels now with cars. This is large cubic inch, so obviously you got to lighten that thing up. I would think.
Correct.
Some for the torque.
Yeah, the flywheels
For the torque it
below the
makes.
aftermarket. That's
I mean, you don't
by
have to
McLeod.
disclose any secrets, of
No,
course, but
no.
just common information that
Yeah, no,
people
I
would
mean,
like.
it's a McLeod clutch with their flywheel that
Okay.
they built for it.
What's your first gear ratio?
First gear ratio is a 412.
No, no,
In the transmission, it's first gear.
no, that's not.
No,
It's
so-
a 325.
That
No,
sounds
312. 312. That's it.
There we go.
No, no.
He's getting ahead of himself.
I'm thinking of rear end.
Okay.
Rear end's 456.
Okay, okay. Well, that's cool.
So what do you launch at?
5700.
Okay. What do you ship it at?
7.
7.
And it probably don't want to go much higher than that, I assume.
About 74, 75
Okay.
about the breaking point on these cars.
And then what's it usually cross at? Like a
7.
run? About 7.
Exactly 7.
So,
What rear end ratio?
456.
yeah, he says that.
Oh, okay.
So you said the engine was stock originally. Did this engine, like most Pontiacs, have cast iron connecting rods in it?
It did have some. They came with some better rods.
Okay.
They called them. What did they call them things?
Super Duty rods, probably.
Yeah, it actually was a new rod. Yeah, it was a Super Duty rod, but it was a metal rod. But it was some kind of metal. What was it? I can't remember now. But it was a better rod. It was
Okay.
it was a forged rod, not
Okay,
a cast
so
rod.
but a
Yeah.
typical Pontiac, Buicks, all came with it, just a cast rod.
Yeah, but
back
no,
in
the
those
Super
days.
Duties
Okay.
came with a better rod.
Okay, very
They
good.
did. Yeah.
All right. Okay, well we love the car and we just wanted to do a quick little deal on it, and
Yep.
I'm sure
Appreciate
it'll work out. All right, JB.
Thank you.
John.
Take care.
Yep.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thanks, sir.
All right, man. All right, all
All
good.